Hello and welcome to the Love Project with me, your host Han Royani, and my co-host
Vijay, what's up?
Today we have a special guest. He is one of the co-founders of Comedy Club Kinabalu. He is also one of the members of Zuhal, an indie music group. He's also a stand-up comedian and improv comedian. Please welcome to the show, Izaldin.
Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you for coming on.
Yeah.
I like your haircut. It looks like Edna Mode a little bit.
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah, I was gunning for that.
He's
Or
putting it out
Lord.
way better than you are.
Okay.
I have to say.
No, it's not a competition.
Well,
Putting it out in the universe, you know.
Thanks for that.
It's not a competition.
Close second, though.
Okay,
Yeah.
I'll take that. That's just a luscious.
1A, 1B lah. 1A, 1B.
That's
Let's call it
luscious,
that. Let's call it
Yeah.
that. 1A, 1B.
I'll take that.
Okay, so if you guys are not familiar with the Love Project, we are a facetious podcast that talks about political news and also social news that happens in and around the world, especially Malaysia.
Mm-hmm.
So don't take us too seriously, you know. We are comedians after all. So some of the topics that we're going to talk about today actually stems from last week's podcast.
Mm-hmm.
So last week we talked about Trump's visit and what this means to Malaysia, you know,
Yep.
and around the world. So there were a lot of mixed,
Reactions.
reactions. So some people supported. I mean, I'm talking about like from Malaysia itself.
Yeah.
A lot of people supported it, but a lot of people also were saying that, you know, we are sort of selling our country to the US.
Yeah. There was a minister who went out and protest, you know.
Which one?
A former minister, a lady. I think her name was Zuraida something.
Right. Okay.
Yeah, she went out. She went to the Ampang Park protest. And then she got pissed because they moved it to Dataran Merdeka. She got so pissed. She went on social media. She was like, "No, they should have told us. We were here, ready to talk to Trump and all." Like, yeah, lady, you were actually gonna talk to Trump. Yeah. But it's okay. At least you know, like it shows like young or old.
Yeah, and you know who
The spirit
else?
to protest is there.
Yeah, and you know who else sort of protested the move? Technically, one of the former prime ministers of Malaysia, actually.
Oh, which one?
Tun Dr. Mahathir Mohamad.
The best one. Yeah.
Go.
I mean, he was saying
I
that.
was afraid you were gonna say like you know Najib.
Oh, no.
That would have been bad.
No, they don't have microphones in prison.
He might have some in his house.
Yeah,
I mean, I don't know.
Probably.
I mean, but Mahathir was saying that Anwar was pretty much selling the country to the US, and this is just we are selling our independence basically. So what do you think about what Mahathir said? You know,
I mean, I think.
this is also the same guy that said Malay people are not strong because we are not together.
United.
We are not united, but he's also the same guy that's like saying, oh, okay, everyone else, every other prime minister after me is doing like a terrible job. You know, he's not exactly the uniting sort of
Statements.
Yeah. So,
And I think the bigger picture is, I think if all the races are united, that would be a better picture. I think we would be heading to a better place instead of uniting just the Malays, just the Chinese, just the Indians. But enough being preachy. Let's be racist. I think people like to have a point of view that kind of baits you into like reading, into getting familiar with their point of views.
Yeah.
And I think Tun M is very good at that.
Yes.
Because rarely do we make a point online, like people who are famous, who have a platform, more importantly, rarely do they make statements online to pass on good information.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And I think he's very, very good at that. Because if we're gonna be real, right? I wasn't a big fan of Donald Trump coming here, but if you put yourself in PMX's shoes, what do you expect?
Yeah.
Right? Give him the cold shoulder. We still have to be, it's called politics.
Diplomacy for a reason.
Diplomacy for a reason. I think he said that as well in a speech or in an interview. I think I'm not informed. So he said that like diplomacy is very important, but I think there's something that he said that rang true, is that diplomacy is a powerful weapon.
Yeah.
I think, and then I think he truly, among all the PMs that we had, I think he was the only one well equipped to handle that. To be
Correct.
honest,
Agreed.
Yeah, to be honest,
Yep.
I would say in terms of international diplomacy, Malaysia is like soaring pretty high right now.
Yeah.
No, but if you look at like our guys just said, like it's not. You look at the previous prime ministers we've had, and none of them like foreign affairs has not been their forte. You know, none of them.
No.
Like most of them got elected on their domestic achievements, you know, or what they would do for Malaysians. You know,
So yeah, it's to me
even Mahathir, if you think about it, Tun M, right? He was elected. Well, he was when he first got into power. It was to rejuvenate UMNO, because UMNO was like at the time in the 80s.
Yeah, it was like old heads. He was trying to get rid of the old heads.
Exactly.
No, but
Yeah.
before he did that, he was kicked out first.
Yeah, that was in the
He was.
70s. Yes,
Yeah.
correct. Yeah,
He was
but in the 80s when he came back, that was his whole, I guess, campaign platform was to rejuvenate UMNO.
Yeah.
You know, UMNO was going down, and he was trying to.
Yeah,
He was not known for his international politics until the Look East policy came about in like the 90s, the mid 90s. Yeah, so.
Yeah. And would jump on BBC and talk bad about the Jews.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'm like,
Dude, we had it on our
not
passports,
out
dude.
loud.
We had it on our passports. Like our passport was legal and permissible in every country except for Israel.
Yeah.
We had that written,
Yeah.
black and white on our passport. Every
Chelsea
page.
had to. There was one year Chelsea Football Club had
Yeah.
to like cancel the friendly
Yeah.
here.
Oh, really?
Because the manager and one of the players are Israelis.
Oh, Roman.
over here.
From
sorry.
Grant and Yossi Benayoun.
Yeah.
And they had to. I think they had to cancel again.
Yeah. They weren't allowed to come.
Yeah. We were racist from the passport, bro.
Yeah.
yeah.
It is what it is.
Yeah. I mean, like, because, like you said, Mahathir is not exactly known for international
At least at the
diplomacy.
start. Yeah.
Yeah, even like you said, like I don't know how many years, 20 years ago, he went on BBC and he literally
boy.
said Jews are
Yeah.
like by proxy they they own the world or
They
something like
roasted
that.
them.
Yeah.
Yeah, and which compared to now, with what
It's
Anwar-
crazy how it hasn't changed, right?
Yeah.
I mean,
it's
yeah,
crazy
it's
how what he said
from him,
is still true.
Yeah, I
and
mean-
that was like 20 years ago.
yeah.
That was nuts, bro.
Yeah.
That was nuts, bro.
So you could say he was ahead of his time.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Or
but
Latins
clearly
don't
was.
lie.
Clearly was.
but basically what Anwar did, having Donald Trump, Xi Jinping, and so many other world leaders come to Malaysia, I would say it's an incredible achievement.
Yeah,
I would say so.
yeah.
Props to
And trade
the
deals are
Kenyans.
always a good thing.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
people wanna make a big fuss about how we have reciprocal tariffs now with the US due to the trade deal and all that. Like, okay, but like, what was the alternative? Like they had already put tariffs on our goods that they were importing in. So like, why if we get to lower it down by 6%? I mean, if you look at the grand scheme of things, 6% of $100 million, it's a lot of money.
Yeah,
Yeah, but
it's a lot of money.
It's a lot of money.
$6
Yeah.
million.
Yeah. So like, we have to consider that while it's not ideal or maybe it's not in purely our best interest, but it's the lesser of the evils that we have to live with right now.
Diplomacy.
Yeah,
Exactly.
diplomacy, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I understand why there were a lot of critics, criticizing the Trump or the US visit. Okay, I understand because one, they were responsible for like the war in Gaza and all that, and so many other wars.
It is
wars all
American
around
bombs
the
being
world.
dropped.
Yeah, and I understand from that point, but at the same time, you have to be realistic. You know what I mean? You have to consider the fact that Malaysia, we also need to grow as a country.
Yes.
So what can we do?
We can be North
internationally?
Korea, right?
Yeah, we cannot be North
We can't
Korea.
close off our economy.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I don't want to. I can't get into the technical details so much because, like you, I'm not that informed. But basically, there's so many trade deals that are happening with the US. Even though one small fact that I do want to say that even though we have that trade deal with the US, right now we are actually cutting off our export on raw rare earth materials.
Materials. Well, okay.
So we are not exporting it.
There's a little bit of like nuance there that I think the Honourable Tengku Zafrul did not enlighten us with. And number one is that the strategy for that is apparently for us, Malaysia, to develop our own upstream all the way to downstream development.
Like
and
the whole process
of like basically what we did with petroleum, we want to do it with rare earth minerals as well. So it makes sense that we're not exporting it, but to be fair, not many countries are exporting. Even the ones that are like being ravaged, like the Congo, for example, they're not exactly exporting rare earth minerals because their rare earth minerals are going to other countries like Morocco and Tunisia to be processed,
Refined.
essentially, to make the end product. You know, so Malaysia just wants to be able to refine the materials ourselves, process it ourselves, and ship out the end product like we do with petroleum, Petronas.
So I think this is a good move. I think.
Yeah. Like I mean, as many resources as we can keep in house,
Fair.
better.
I think it adds like value to our domestic, materials that we have. So it's a good thing. So and then another thing, like when it comes to like the economy, I guess when it involves the labor workers, we actually in Malaysia we have decreased our dependency on foreign workers for this year up to 13%. We have decreased.
Okay.
That is excellent.
Is that a good thing? Okay.
That is excellent.
I mean, is this a
I
good
love
thing?
it. I love
Is this a good
it.
thing?
Yeah,
Like
it's a good
we
thing.
are having less foreign workers in the country. Like these are the workers that are doing all the jobs that Malaysians don't want to do.
Don't want to do exactly.
Yeah. So like I understand that we are trying to get more like what do you call it? Like local workers.
Yep.
But at the same time, it helps the economy also.
Right. Is this like this 13% drop is like all foreign workers?
All foreign workers
across all industries. and all that?
Yeah, that's right.
Okay.
Yeah, from like countries like
I'd
Bangladesh.
be curious to know which industries are like the most heavily affected.
Decreasing the
most. Yeah.
Actually, okay. Like I said, I'm not that informed. I just read that on a paper.
Right.
So it's basically a collective of all the industries.
Yeah. And these are like the legal workers.
The legal workers.
Right.
Yeah, that's right.
Right.
Yeah. So I don't think this accounts for the illegal workers. So
I don't think there's any way to
That's
account
the
for.
whole- I think that's the
I mean,
whole
there's
point.
literally millions of like workers here. So, but the stats are that foreign workers have decreased 13%. So now we are sort of being forced to depend on our local workers.
I don't think that's a bad thing, honestly. I don't think that's a bad thing. Like it's jarring now because of the transition. Because like now is when it's starting to happen. So a lot of it is happening now, and it's like a big shift from how our economy was to how it is now. So maybe it's jarring now, but I think in the long run it's good because, like I said before, we are keeping resources in house, like and the people that work like the jobs that, like you guys said, the jobs that Malaysians don't want to do, not necessarily the legal workers anyways,
True.
Fair. But
so
I would
and no judgment on my part for that. Like I'm a brutal capitalist, so
right. I mean,
use whatever loophole you can.
Coming from a Trump supporter, I'm not surprised.
Use whatever loophole you can.
But I was looking forward to having having a good Malaysian cricket team.
Oh, okay.
Right.
Yeah, that's what I was looking forward to. If we have like more foreign workers coming from Pakistan,
That
or
is
Bangladesh.
actually a good idea.
I'm like, okay, we can have like decent
Immigration
cricket
Malaysia.
team.
Why don't you sort out those my cards
We're
and
already
passports?
doing
Look,
it with
look,
football. So
Look, listen, like exactly. Like in football, we already getting all these like Latin American players.
Yeah,
Let's
Why
get this
not?
South. Yeah, let's get this South.
Get some Pakis up
South-
here, man.
Yeah, man.
Get some Pakis up in here. Let's go.
Yeah, let's get some South Asians
Some
here.
Sachin Tendulkar. Let's go.
I hear they're fantastic cricket players.
Yeah.
You know
But
what?
I love how the FAM thing is handling that whole thing.
Okay,
It's beautiful.
okay.
You guys are doing a wonderful job.
Okay. About that, I mean, we did have like we
Couple
did
weeks
have
ago.
like 2 weeks ago we had a coach. We talked about this. I mean, it's crazy. What's
crazy.
The reaction to that though, like people have been reacting to to the interview we had with that coach, quite a bit. It's been, I think over the last couple of months, it's probably our most heavily trafficked clip.
Yeah.
So a lot of people are really, really interested in that. I don't believe I just don't believe I'm gonna say this right now in public, okay, for the first time ever. But I actually wholeheartedly agree with TMJ.
What?
Yeah. Regarding this issue, because like no one falsified anything. No one went to a third party. Okay. No one went to a third party. No one went to like Russia or China and was like, "Yo, can you get me Malaysian passports?" It was issued by our immigration. How is that false?
No, but the thing is, for some of them, like maybe 2 or 3 players, their approval just came the day before the match.
That does not matter. That does not matter within FIFA's guidelines.
Okay, but the
as
thing,
long as the documents submitted to FIFA were original documents, which they were.
Okay, but that's the FIFA argument. They said it wasn't original. They said it was falsified.
How was it falsified if it came from the immigration of Malaysia? FIFA's guidelines were simply that they couldn't have played for a different national team before, right?
Okay.
That was the main FIFA guideline, right?
Betul.
Is that these players who want to play for Malaysia cannot have played for any other national team within their career, right? That's the main thing, and none of them did.
Okay.
Right?
No, none of them did.
Here's my problem.
Okay.
If you're gonna go through all of this, like if it's legal or not legal, we'll let it to the courts to decide.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Okay.
I just have to point out one is that I love that they get caught with their pants down.
Yeah.
The FM reaction was like, what?
Yeah.
It's false. That's one. But 2, if you're gonna go through this whole thing, you're gonna go through this whole process, get a Neymar. You know what I mean?
Right.
If you not get like, and I'm not saying they ain't good. I'm not saying they're nobodies. Like I'm pretty sure there's somebody.
There's some better players.
You know what I mean? Like if you're gonna go through all this,
there's some maybe Division 2 players instead of Division 5.
Like at least get someone I've seen before. You know what I mean? I can like get behind that. I mean, hey Neymar, go come on now.
We didn't get a Neymar, but we got a Sergio Aguero.
Oh yeah, we did.
Did we?
One of the players, his name was actually Sergio Aguero.
Okay.
And how Malaysian is he? He opened a futsal court with a paddle court in Kuantan, dude.
All right.
In Kuantan.
You know what it's called? Sergio Aguero Arena.
Wow.
Yeah.
Dude's going method.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Dude, he is putting down roots.
All right.
Okay.
Yeah,
So he truly
he's
considers himself
living in
a
Kuantan,
Malaysian.
dude.
Yeah. Okay.
Like,
You don't get too many Malay places than Kuantan.
Dude, I wouldn't live in Kuantan. I was born here, dude. Come on. Like,
Fairs.
you gotta give him credit. No, but seriously, on a serious note, I actually don't blame. Sorry, ma'am. I actually don't blame FAM at all. Like, to me, if what determines the authenticity of your passport and my card? Who has to issue it for it to
JPN,
be?
right?
It has to be by JPN, right? And those passports and my cards were all issued by JPN.
Okay. So then,
How is it false?
So then, someone made a mistake because
FIFA made a mistake.
No. Okay, from FIFA's argument, they said that the documents that were presented to them, it was like a fake place of birth. Like some of these players, they put like they were like born in Malacca or Penang or whatever.
Okay.
But in reality, their actual birth certificates, they were from like Argentina, from Spain.
This is what FIFA is alleging.
This is what FIFA is saying.
Yeah.
Yes. So that's the whole
That
argument.
one.
Who
Like minute detail, you have to go to court for that, though. To determine, that kind of minute detail,
I mean, going by patterns, Malaysian patterns, it ain't that far off.
Yeah.
You know, it sounds like something Malaysians would do.
It sounds like something that might be floated in the meeting. You know what I mean?
Right. But it has. That's so hard, though.
But it's a slippery slope.
Yeah,
Truly, it's a slippery slope.
Yeah,
Because like I'm pretty sure both sides think that they're not in the wrong.
Yeah.
Which is, I mean, that's
But both
argument.
sides have some level of blame.
Yes,
It's not
but,
just a FIFA thing.
It's just too much discrepancies, if you ask me. Too many, sorry.
Yeah.
But it just goes to show that it's like I don't know if it's corrupt or it's just the way the system is, but we get all these players that were from other countries originally. They come to Malaysia. They are technically Malaysians. They got their documents and stuff. So they are Malaysians.
Yeah.
But then there are people also, let's say in Sabah, for example,
Correct.
that are born here.
The Bajau Laut.
Yeah, but they are not able to get Malaysian citizenship, even though they've lived here for their
Their whole
entire
life,
lives,
yeah.
basically.
Yeah.
So there goes like the double standards here. Just because this guy can play football or this guy can play badminton, for example. Okay, we get him as a Malaysian.
There's a really good argument, dude.
Yeah.
There's a really good argument, and I'm not saying I agree with you like 100%, but that's a really good argument. I don't know. I think there's a space for it. Like if it's hard because like you want homegrown talent and you want to succeed on the international stage with homegrown talent and all that. But at the same time, a bit of accelerant to the fire is also not necessarily always a bad thing.
I understand.
You get to increase level of competition in a quick way, things like that.
And you're elevating the quality as
The
well.
level,
Correct. Yes,
I mean,
correct.
training quality, I'm pretty sure it's elevated. There's pros and cons to the whole thing.
Yep.
I
truly.
mean, because of the whole players being inducted into Malaysia and all that, we actually beat Vietnam for the first time in like I don't know how many years, 8 years or something.
That's where it all started, right?
So that's where it all started, because Vietnam was like, hey, how these players don't even look Malaysian, and suddenly they're like too strong. They beat us 4-0, even though they've never beat us for like how many years.
Yep. Yeah.
So then they were like started to complain, and then that's when the whole thing started rolling from there. So
Vietnam like that. I think Vietnam like that.
Probably, yeah.
No, I played futsal like with the Vietnamese team.
Right.
And this just segue. And then it was a futsal tournament, and then they were favorites, bro. They had a manager as well.
Oh,
Manager rolls in a black sweater and a Gucci hat.
Wow.
It's crazy.
wow.
Yeah, and then we didn't demolish them, but we beat them 2-0.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Captain knocks my captain to the ground, punches him in the stomach. Manager comes up with weapons.
Oh,
What?
I you not, bro. It's crazy. And then it was back in Melbourne. We would when I was still living in Melbourne. And then we had this like inter Southeast Asian competition. Right. For 1 whole hour, the Malaysians couldn't leave the futsal arena because like they were outside just with weapons, bro.
damn.
Yeah, they're like, "Where's that team? I'm gonna them up." And I was on the score sheet, by the way.
Damn.
Yeah. So like, I really, we really just, it was really scary.
Right.
And I'm just telling that because like,
It's kind of how they are. It's kind of how they are. Yeah.
I'm not gonna say that,
Yeah.
but I mean, you decide. Yeah, but that's all I'm saying. Like it's that I've had that experience, like when things don't go your way, and then I'm not saying it's Vietnamese thing. I think it's a very human thing, sebenarnya. And then Malaysia just got caught with their pants down, sebab like we was doing something like shady. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then so it all tracks lah. That's all I'm saying.
Yep.
Yeah.
I mean, like obviously we want to see the Malaysian football team, thrive and all that.
Yeah.
Sure,
With
like,
Malaysians.
do it with Malaysians. I understand, like you said, that at least we can elevate the level at least for a short while. But once these players go, who's going to be after that? Who's going to be replacing them? So I think it's just best if we have local players. Just start from the grassroots. Develop them, nurture them, and then. Sure, we might not be as strong now, but with more experience, with more training and all that, with more a higher level of competitiveness, I'm sure our players can also compete.
Yeah.
Yeah, like
that's
this
true.
guy here beat a Vietnamese team.
Yeah.
Yeah, they rolled in with jerseys, bro.
Okay, so we actually have other news to talk about today. So some of the more serious stuff. This actually just came out, I think, yesterday or 2 days ago. So a local Malaysian rapper or entertainer, Namewee. I don't know if I pronounced that correctly. Namewee. He was recently caught by the police because he was in the same place as a Taiwanese influencer who died, basically.
Yesterday was reclassified as murder.
Yeah, exactly.
Murder.
So
As
at
of
first,
yesterday.
they just announced it as she died, and then they did like some drug tests on Namewee, and then they found him to be he was arrested for drug possession after suspected ecstasy pills were found, and he was tested positive for 4 drugs.
Yeah, THC, meth, ketamine
And cannabis.
Cannabis.
Yeah, so yeah, I
All
mean
in all, a good
those
night.
were according to the reports. But Namewee claimed
I
that
would love to have been a part of that party. Yeah. Can I just say that to start with? You know,
That's a
I would
crazy
have
spread.
loved to have been part of that party.
I mean, dude, the outcome was someone died.
A woman
Dude,
died.
if you
yeah.
can detect THC with amphetamine and ketamine, how much THC were you consuming, my brother?
That's fair.
How much?
He must have
How
been
much?
out of his mind.
Out of his mind.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow.
That's crazy, but
That's how you get negara kuku, right?
Yeah.
That's how you get
Yeah,
it. Man.
that's how you
I
get
mean-
Bukit Mak.
Yeah.
For real. For real. Negara Kuku was a banger, by the way.
Oh yeah.
It was.
I'm gonna be real.
There's a reason
man.
it went viral, dude.
Yeah. When I heard this news, I'm like, man. come
Offensive, yeah, maybe,
on.
sure, yeah, maybe,
yeah.
but banger.
Yeah. No, because like there was a part he said like you don't need alarms in Malaysia because we get them at 5 a.m. and I'm like, and people were really
Kinda
mad
true.
about that. But I'm like,
But
it's kinda
bars,
true.
bro.
Yeah.
It's kinda
Bars,
true.
bro.
If you live next to a mosque, it's really true.
It's really
Yeah,
true.
yeah.
And let me just add, because like, so I'm from Sabah.
Yeah.
My house in Sabah, it's kind of like the centerpiece of like 3 mosques. Tau. Okay. So like, there's this one mosque who would like subuh
That
time.
sounds like a good time.
Oh my god! I mean, it's great. I mean, it's close.
Yeah.
So like, it's hard to escape Salat Jumaat lah, I guess. But there's this one thing, this one masjid does like after subuh, they would do like this like tazkirah.
Yeah.
And then like they be like on other religions.
Yeah.
And then like
Early in the morning.
On the loudspeaker, right?
on the loudspeaker, early morning, and then like all the houses that are close are like non-Muslims. And then I'll be driving past, and I'm like, bro, not out loud. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, dude.
keep it in the fam, bro. Like, but it's crazy because, like, you know, they're saying like wild stuff about other
Yeah.
people's religions, and
Well,
you know,
people-
with disregard, and
People
then
should acknowledge that kind of right?
yeah.
Not hide away from it. You
not
know?
hide away.
It happens.
Yeah, and then
it's part of our reality.
and I will point out there are times where I drive past and I'm like, oh, this is actually good information.
Yeah.
So again, it's like everything else. There's pros and cons.
Yeah.
But like, I mean, if you want to talk about other religions, I mean, turn the speakers off, bro. Like,
Yeah, but the thing is, okay, Namewee is quite a controversial
Yeah.
figure, I would
Yeah.
say, in
But,
Malaysian entertainment. I mean, he's like, what do you call it? Like durian, I guess. You either love him or you hate him.
fair.
Yep.
So for a lot of people, they look at this and they say, okay, this is what's wrong with this country. Like, these people, they are having like a parties, and then they're having all these drugs, and then look, someone has died.
Right.
So it goes to show like, okay, maybe there is a problem here in Malaysia where like maybe Namewee like he got viral because he's famous, but I'm sure there's a lot of other cases throughout Malaysia that something like this also happens.
Zara Karina passed away. No drugs were involved. So
Okay.
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Like you want to, like, you know what I mean? Like people say, if people want to say like that's especially the problem with this country, like, you know, drugs and stuff like that. Like there were no drugs in Zara Karina's
That's right.
case, and she still passed away.
That's right.
You know what I mean? Yeah.
The kid that stabbed that girl
No drugs.
in the B4
Yeah.
school.
No drugs.
Yeah.
No drugs there.
Yeah. So what is the problem really? Is it drugs? Or is it arts?
Okay. I see your point, because I
Yeah.
think everything, it's like there's cases to every
Different interpretations
different
to every case.
interpretations,
Betul.
basically. Yes.
Betul,
So
yeah.
I understand where you guys are coming from, but a lot of Malaysians, they look at this and they easily like they will say,
Gotta be the drugs.
gotta be the drugs.
Yeah.
Look at this,
Betul.
like now we have like an international incident
Yep.
with Taiwan, and now we have like drug enforcement problems, like we are having like all these international issues. So and we've done a good job Malaysia has done a good job so far this year, in terms of maintaining international relationships.
Betul.
But when something like this happen, it's sort of like
Unfortunate.
we're taking one step back, basically. So it's unfortunate over what happened, but I don't know if this is like one of the stories that sort of highlights one of the deeper problems that we have in Malaysia, because obviously drugs are illegal in this country, and then the fact that he was tested positive for 4 different drugs. All of them, I mean, at least 3 of them were like heavy drugs, I would say. So like, some would say, okay, maybe we do have a big issue here.
Fairs. I mean, drug use is a very big issue. I mean, it's very rampant. I mean, we can't deny that at all. And the access to it is also
fairly
rampant.
easy.
It's fairly easy. Like for a country that makes it illegal,
It's fairly easy.
access is fairly easy. And I'm not knocking like authorities, I'm not knocking anything, because it's a pattern everywhere. If you make it illegal, it will be available. It will be in access, because that's
You can't regulate it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because you can't regulate it.
Yeah.
And I mean Amsterdam did it, right? I think, but then that's a hard sell, isn't it? Like legalizing it. That's a hard
It is
sell.
because I think no one is taking the actual time to educate. Like if you see how it's treated in Germany or in the Netherlands, right? Like the sex clubs, the nightclubs, they all have like drug testing kits. That you can actually test what what pills you're taking, what powders you're taking. I'm not saying that I'm in favor of that, of people taking powders and pills and that. Like to each his own. Okay, but at the very least, if you're a government or an authority over your people, at the very least you should try to be keeping them safe. And that's a very good way of keeping them safe. And it doesn't cost much either. It's just like it's the same as COVID test kits, like you could easily have them set up in toilets all across the clubs in Malaysia.
Okay, so you're saying like if they do the test,
at least to start with,
so they can basically limit the amount of people that go in. So you do the test first, and if you're clean, you can go inside.
at least you don't OD. No, like no, if people are going to use drugs, the usage of drugs is always going to happen, legal or illegal.
Betul. Yeah, can't stop it.
Prohibition proved that with alcohol.
Yes. Exactly.
So the same thing is just happening now with drugs.
Okay.
But if you regulate it, like for example, if you sell it in the pharmacy, right? Like there are controlled substances that are being sold at the pharmacy today.
Now,
Yeah.
let me throw
Right?
you. Yeah, betul.
Yeah. So like, why can't you put these drugs that people like to use for leisure purposes, put them under controlled substances, keep track of how much one person has bought. You can do that with your Maisara and your My Sejahtera and
Yeah.
why couldn't you do that with that?
Now, just to add, let's throw a wrench into the works. Flip it. Can Malaysians be trusted if it gets legalized?
See, that's the thing. You don't necessarily have to trust them.
Really? You don't think so?
I don't think so. If you were to govern it or regulate it in the same manner as you regulated, for example, the COVID jabs,
Okay.
the vaccine jabs, right?
Yeah.
And that was a pill to take as well. You remember how crazy people reacted to those jabs? Yeah.
So like, if you regulate it, like you can track. Okay, every time you buy a gram of ketamine, for example, off of the shelf from your pharmacy, you have to show your IC, you have to be recorded down, your address, everything, so that you go into the system that okay, you've bought 1 gram on this day. Set a limit internally in the Ministry of Health. Like, okay, one person, one IC can buy 15 grams a month, whatever the case may be, right? Start it off that way. Like, but there's a way to do it where the issue with drugs is that people who take it and end up overdosing and dying. That's the issue. That's the main issue of drugs. If you eliminate the possibility of someone dying by proper observation, by proper testing, limiting the amount a person can take in a certain day, whatever the case may be, all that will lend itself to discipline.
Right.
Of the populace.
Yeah. However long it may take, but but it does lead to discipline.
Yeah.
Fair.
Also another thing.
I mean, if Germany and the Netherlands could do it, I don't understand why we couldn't. Yeah.
And we can also,
they
when
have
we
relatively
text,
better education systems. So.
that's
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Yeah, but when we tax these drugs, the government, I'm sure, will
Economy.
make a lot of money.
Yeah.
And like right now we are taxing alcohol, and that's the reason why we still allow alcohol sales, and despite being like, it's more
officially
dangerous.
a Muslim country.
Technically, alcohol is more dangerous than cannabis, for example.
Yeah.
Statistically speaking, you know what I mean. So if we can tax alcohol, why not just tax some of the other drugs? And then, like you said, we just monitor.
Look at the economy of California when they legalized cannabis.
Look at Thailand.
Look at Thailand.
Yeah, look at
I
Thailand.
mean, Thailand's been back and forth though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you know, the guy that sort of came up with the idea of legalizing cannabis,
the Ministry of Health.
He is now the Prime Minister.
Yeah, but isn't he the one also?
Really?
Yeah.
The guy that was the Minister of Health though.
Yeah.
He's now the Prime Minister.
He's now the Prime Minister.
Damn.
Yeah.
Big win, Thailand.
Yeah.
Big win. That's a big
But
win.
yeah, that's the thing, right? Thailand is now like
They're back
going
and forth. They're back
back
and forth. And I don't know what it is. Could be a guilt thing. Could be like, they're having too much fun. I don't like it. You know what I mean?
Because they have that religion thing in the background as well, a little bit.
I mean, any Asian country really. Let's be honest. Like we're very heavily, religion.
But it is one of the more chill religions though.
Fairs.
Buddhist, you know?
Fairs. Fair. And
I mean, just
More
a few weeks ago, there was a story about in Bangkok. There was a temple that had like 50% of the monks tested positive for meth.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's how chill they were.
yeah, that sounds pretty cool actually. I kind of want to go there.
Yeah. But you know, when Thailand legalized it, so a lot of Malaysians travel there, right? So and then it was legal there. So Malaysians was
Indulging.
in what they can indulge in.
Yeah.
So when they came back, a lot of them were actually like stopped by the police, by the customs, so I'm like, why they didn't do it in Malaysia? It was legal in Thailand. So what's like, to me, I didn't see like a problem there. You know what I mean?
It's illegal to be tested positive with it in your blood in Malaysia. I think that's the distinction that they make. I mean, it's basically they might as well just say, "No, we just want to arrest you," because it really is me personally, my opinion is it's a flimsy argument, but legally the word it's binding. Because it's in your blood, it's in your system in Malaysia. So the word, it's binding.
Okay.
Yeah, and they're milking.
They're milking
it.
Yeah. So now any Malaysians that travel to Thailand, whenever they come back, a lot of them will be tested.
A lot of them will be tested, definitely. Yeah.
So and earlier talking about like drug misuse, I feel that for most Malaysians, I still feel it's okay. It's just like maybe some of the more I don't know if it's like the creative industry or the rich that they have more access to these kinds of stuff.
Of course they do.
Whereas the B40s they don't have access to all this stuff. They don't have like the resources to indulge, to spend. So I think this is a problem for mostly like the T20s. Like when it comes to the drug problem, because drugs are expensive. Because
party drugs maybe. No, I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know if I believe that, to be honest with you. Like, I mean, I was once a 20-year-old kid without income. I was still clubbing. You know, I was still going out clubbing, buying alcohol and you know, it wasn't cheap.
True.
It wasn't cheap either back then. You know, but
I mean, this was in Australia.
No. I was a student. And like,
I tried to help you out, man. But okay.
There's nothing to help, dude. Like, I'm just being honest.
Okay,
dude.
so you were drinking.
Back then, alcohol was halal. So, yeah.
I had a 400
You guys
ringgit.
didn't know.
I had a 400 ringgit allowance on the weekends. I still go to Euphoria by MOS. Like, dude, like people make do. Like, I've never been a heavy drug user. I've never been into like party pills, drugs. You know, I think not my thing, not my scene. I don't judge either, but it's just not for me.
Yeah.
And like, I know for a fact that there are people that would like spend, you know, if they had $100, they'd spend 50, you know, just because it was, you know, everyone's out having fun and it's available, you know.
Yeah, but when you have when you say that you have 100 ringgit and then you spend 50 ringgit just on drugs?
No, like you have 100 ringgit to spend that night.
Oh, okay.
Like, you know,
Okay.
you're going out, you have
Right.
in your mind like, okay, I'm going to spend $100 tonight.
Yeah.
Okay.
There are people that's going to spend 50 on get like a couple of pills, 3 pills, and have a good night. And that's already a good night if you get, you know, MDMA, right? So, it is what it is.
Yeah, but I mean,
And, of course, the biggest argument is that if someone weren't doing this, like if the people that are doing this were not doing this, selling it, right? There'd be someone else that would be selling it. Because the demand is there.
Yeah.
The demand is always going to be there now.
okay. But what if, like, let's say in the future, Malaysia is getting more into like legalizing or at least taxing some of these products?
All right.
What if we get a prime minister that is like Duterte?
Mm.
They'll-
Then it is what it is.
That-
I mean, the Philippines didn't think they get a dictator, right?
Yeah.
They didn't think that, but
Yeah.
okay. So the thing about Duterte is like some Filipinos like they supported him a
Agree
lot.
with
Much
him.
they
Yeah.
don't support because like he was killing like a lot of people.
Yeah.
Right.
But now he is like charged under the International Criminal Court.
Yeah.
Oh,
Because-
they exist. Oh, okay.
yeah.
Oh.
You didn't know they were?
Oh my god, yeah.
Yeah. So
Good to know lah.
yeah. So for you know, Philippines, that happened. But when that happened, like drugs like coming into the country like drastically decreased.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So in a way it's sort of like he did deliver on some of his promises. It's just like it's a bit extreme.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
But is it a problem though?
is it a
Drugs
problem?
coming into the country, is it a problem to the level that people say it is?
Okay, right now, honestly, I don't think so because like the
don't
Namewee
think
case, the
I don't think
Namewee
it
case is rare. It doesn't happen
Yeah.
often. But
And you're always
if-
going to have bad apples, dude.
Yeah.
yeah, but if
And also, I don't think we're looking at it from the proper lens as well for Namwee's case. I mean, we should really look at that experience for him as a human as
Yeah.
well. Like he's also a person. He might be going through something. I mean, I know like that sounds like I'm defending. I'm not. No, I'm just
But we just don't
saying.
know the reality of the situation.
Yeah, the reality of the
That's right.
situation. Really, if you zoom in, everyone's just people, man.
Yeah.
Like, and then it could have just been a bad night,
Yeah.
or could have been a long time coming.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It could be
And
pattern. It could be just a one
It
time.
could be that he was nefarious, you know, to begin with. Everything like we don't know.
We don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Reality of the situation we don't
He
know.
could be spiking stuff, or
Yeah.
he was the one who spiked.
Who got
we
spiked.
do
Correct.
not know.
Yeah.
We weren't there.
Yeah.
But what we can tell is that something very heinous has happened.
yeah.
Right? I mean, a woman died, I think.
Died.
Yeah,
And then
now it's a-
what's worse is like they classified it as murder. So someone,
Yep.
So there's foul
Killed
play
him.
lah.
yeah.
Yikes.
And then so Namewee is now considered one of the suspects. So now the
Yeah,
police
he's in
are
hiding.
looking for him.
That
Good
makes
element.
sense. I mean,
Yeah.
it makes sense. You can place them. You can place him there. Oh, this
So
is
now people are
interesting.
going to use this as an argument. You know what I mean? They say,
Mm.
oh, look at he's like charged with 4 drugs. This is what's wrong with this country.
Mhm.
You know. So
Take away cars then.
okay.
I go back to the argument every single time when we talk about prohibition, dude.
Okay,
Take
okay.
away fucking cars.
I have something for you. Who's the leader of the DAP?
Lim Guan Eng.
Lim Guan Eng.
Yeah.
He recently came out on the news. He said that when it comes to the statistics of drunk driving, it only accounts for 0.5% of the total accidents in Malaysia. That's what he's saying.
Might be true.
It could be true.
It could be true.
So from that argument itself, like the percentage is like even less than 1%. So people are saying, oh, maybe like alcohol is not the problem.
Yeah, because like everything else, the problem is not alcohol. The problem is not drugs. It's people.
It's people.
These people.
People are the problem.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I agree with that.
Yeah,
These
right.
people,
I mean, like,
yeah.
because with drugs, you have users and you have penagih. You have different levels. The problem is always people.
Yeah.
It's we approach these things with perversion. We pervert them to a point of no return. That's what we do, and I think that is the thing that should be argued.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So you're saying that when it comes to drugs, people have the wrong stigma or the
Yeah.
wrong conception about.
Yeah, because people use it to alleviate many different things.
I
Yeah,
understand.
I mean, like, I think there's a comedian like Greer Barnes. I don't know if you watch Greer
Oh,
Barnes.
Greer Barnes.
Yeah, he said like he was watching a documentary, and then the documentary said, oh no, the doctor told him marijuana has been known to cause some memory loss, and he went, yeah, maybe some of us just need something to forget.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like
Mental
you don't
perspective.
right. It's perspective, bro. And then And then always in everything, even cars, dude. Cars are not the problem. It's people, man.
Yeah.
I mean, just go on Mahameru. You see.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like the bottlenecks. You know what I mean? Like it can be solved if people just stop being.
Yeah.
Just give way, ganti, settle.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's people, dude. And so to go back into that, and then people, it's these things that we should really zoom in, look into it, and understand. Was drugs the actual thing that caused it? Like, was he really gone because of that? Great. If he's gone because of that, maybe we should stop him from doing it. Not everyone.
Same goes for me, dude. I am strictly against prohibition of any kind. Guns, cars, whatever.
Wow.
No.
Really?
What he said was right. It's up
It's
to
the
people.
people.
Yeah, it's up
It's
to
the people. I argue guns as well. The problems are people.
Yeah, but let's say
You put a gun on the table, the gun's not gonna shoot kids.
Okay,
man.
sure.
Yeah.
But let's say you limit these types of things. You limit the amount of guns. You limit the amount of drugs. Statistically, you will decrease the
deaths.
the deaths that were related to the guns or the drugs.
Yes.
It helps.
But but in the grand scheme of things, how many deaths overall, no matter what the cause of the death is,
doesn't
but
matter
how
drugs
many,
or alcohol. Okay.
how many deaths are actually happening? Like, okay, if there are only 2,000 deaths a year from alcohol, right?
Okay.
But there are like 20 million deaths a year. So is that really something that we should be focusing our energy on?
I mean, people are gonna die.
You know? Yeah, exactly. That's one. And beyond that, the statistic that pales in comparison to everything else is the fact that cars kill more people than any other.
Like drugs.
Than any other thing.
Any other thing.
Any other thing. Cars kill more people. Like worldwide. It's not just a Malaysia thing. It's not just a China thing. It's not just an India thing. It's everywhere in the world.
It's everywhere in the world.
You know? Yeah. So, should we really be talking about banning cars? Because cars are the most responsible.
Okay. I see your argument.
Yeah.
Okay.
Even more than guns.
That's fair. That's fair. But at least you can, like, I understand the like, let's say the accident or the death. Let's say it occurred from a car accident, but let's say there are 100,000 car accidents. In Malaysia a year, for example. I don't know.
Okay.
But if you decreased like maybe 5% or just 10% of car accidents that were involved with like drugs or any other alcohol, so you can decrease like maybe 5 or 10%, and that is something that that has improved, and more that we have less deaths now because we implemented these things. Like we let's say we put a ban on alcohol or drugs. The amount of accidents, whether you like it or not, statistically it's gonna decrease because of the previously the people that have already gotten into accident because of alcohol, because of drugs. Now they're not.
I have a counter argument actually.
Okay.
That actually proved to be wrong in Colorado when they legalized in, I think it was 08 or 06. They legalized marijuana, right? In Colorado, the first state in the US to legalize. Car accidents actually dropped off by about 80%.
After they legalized?
Statistically, yeah. The year after they legalized. The first year they started tracking that, after they legalized, dropped 80%. So...
Yeah. But I will say, like, just prohibition-wise, like, if you prohibit and then you impose rules and regulations, it does provide tangible evidence that it's working. You know what I mean? Like statistics and whatnot.
Control it, yeah.
But I do believe that those stats, at best, they're a cork to a bigger hole.
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah.
You're just putting a cork into a bigger problem, and I think it's not really solving it. You got to go inside, go introspective. I don't know what, but
so
like...
This is like just putting tape over it.
Yeah,
you're
is
putting
it worth
tape.
censoring someone for saying stupid over free speech?
Yeah.
Is it worth it?
Betul. Yeah.
Same argument.
Betul.
Okay.
And I've known comedians who have been banned from performing for talking about the infrastructure problem in Sabah.
Should people like that be muzzled over the importance of free speech? No.
Okay.
Not in my
So
opinion.
are they banned in Sabah or are they banned
Banned in whole Malaysia by a Sabahan minister, by the way.
There you go.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm calling you out.
Censorship is bad. Censorship prohibition is
Okay.
literally, elementally is the same thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's the same
Okay.
thing.
All right. We did cover a lot of topics today. We
Yeah,
covered a lot.
we did.
Unfortunately, that's all the time that we have for today.
Oh.
Sudan, you gotta wait the next week. I'm sorry.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
did
Sorry,
want to
Sudan.
talk
It's
about
okay.
Sudan, yeah.
You know, you're being oppressed by a Muslim
Yes.
state, so we can't really say much.
we can talk more.
In fact,
next
some of us are quietly in favor of it for reasons that we'll get into it next week.
Yeah.
Mm.
But it's okay. You can hate me for the next week. It's
Yeah.
okay.
So if you agreed with what we talked about, drop us a comment. If you think there's something that we got wrong, just let us know.
And if you want 2-hour podcast, hashtag
Don't touch the mic, please.
at mention at Melina Bieber, MELLINABIEBER.
So that's our producer.
Pressure her, okay? That's our producer, our head producer. Pressure her, okay? We want 2-hour podcast now.
Yes.
2 hours.
So yes, thank you guys for watching. If there's anything that you think we should talk about, you can let us know. If there's anyone that you think we should have on the show, you can also let us know. Whether or not we can get them, that's a different story. But
I bet you're going to be asking for Mel to get on the show now.
oh yeah.
Yeah.
We
We
can
wanna see Mel.
You can
We wanna
comment
see
Mel
Mel.
on the show. And thank you guys for watching, and thank you Izeldin for coming on the show.
Thank
love
you for
you.
having me. Thank you so
Thank you.
much.
Thank you so
much,
It was
guys.
a really good experience.
Thanks,
Alright,
man. Thank you so much.
And thank you guys for watching. We will see you next time. Bye bye.
Let's go.